Right. Okay, so Lionsgate turned down Oscar-winning visionary director Guillermo del Toro to helm a final chapter of his Hellboy saga, a saga that he has more than proved himself on with his first two films. They turned that down, but they greenlit this. Sure, why not? It's 11 a.m. and I've already resorted to day drinking. What could go wrong? Roll the titles. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and the reason I am such a bundle of joy today is that I have just seen the new Hellboy reboot, and boy oh boy do I have some strong feelings about this. So the plot of Hellboy is relatively simple, or at least it should have been. So you've got Hellboy, who is basically the spawn of the devil and a human woman. He's a paranormal investigator for the BPRD, along with his adoptive father Ian McShane, and when Milla Jovovich's witch is seemingly unearthed and brought back to life to bring about the end of the world, he of course has to intervene and try and stop it. So this serves as a reboot, rebooting the original Del Toro and Ron Perlman editions, two films that I really do enjoy. This reboot is directed by Neil Marshall and stars David Harbour as Hellboy, Ian McShane, and Milla Jovovich. Right. Oh, where do I bloody begin with Hellboy? Firstly, let's just talk about the fact that Lionsgate turned a complete blind eye to Guillermo frickin' del Toro, and that for me immediately shows that they have no investment in how this property does. Whereas the original series was action-packed, has really good splash of humour and some great creature effects, this new reimagining of Hellboy has just resulted to violence, lots of swearing, gore, F-bombs everywhere, and so much blood. It's honestly like a 12-year-old wrote the script and they aren't even allowed to see the film. Oh, I hate this film. I literally practically despise every single second of this film. There is only one minute part of Hellboy that I actually quite like, and that's, you see it in the trailer, it's him riding on the dragon, full horns, crown, everything is on fire. That's half decent. The rest of it, I don't know what was going on. It's so messy. So messy. Look, as a fan of the original, I'll admit, I think Ron Perlman does a great job as the character of Hellboy. I just didn't overly like his look. It looks a little bit camp. It looks a little bit too bright and fluffy for Hellboy. And I will say that Harbour gets the look pretty darn right. He's grizzled, he's a lot more jacked, but a bit bulkier in this film. But my problem is that he looks so bored. He looks like he wants to be anywhere else but on this set. And if rumours are to be believed, he didn't really enjoy his time on set. I've heard reports that he has clashed a lot with director Neil Marshall. He has somewhat of a charm, but it comes across more like the 9 producers. Yes, count them, folks. 9 producers, because nothing screams, we know what we're doing, like 9 producers. It just comes across like they're trying to make a Deadpool ripoff. As for the other actors, they are all unanimously terrible. Ian McShane plays Hellboy's adoptive father, and it's the type of role that McShane can play in his sleep, which is why he actually looks like he is. Milla Jovovich hasn't been in a universally accepted good movie in donkey's years. I honestly think she takes a look at the script she's given and goes, oh, the characters are so well written, the story is so unique, I couldn't possibly have this, give me the shit! She plays the antagonist, and I can't remember her name. I mean, that's not a good sign if you can't remember the villain's name. It's just like Nimue. I don't know her name. She was a terrible villain. She's bland, she's dull, she's uninteresting, she has generic end-of-the-world stakes. Daniel Day Kim and Sasha Lane also play Hellboy's compatriots in the film, and was it really that hard to cast British actors? We know you guys are American. We can hear it through your accents. Dear God, all of these accents are terrible. Everyone trying to do a British accent, even if you are British, either sounds like you're hoity-toity, upper-class gentleman, or they're from South London, mate. You get me, bruv. Don't do voices, Luke. Probably why you didn't make it through acting school. The story of Hellboy is so unbelievably contrived and nonsensical that it honestly feels like you're being put under from brain surgery. That you're awake and you're seeing everything that's happening, but you are completely numb to your surroundings. Guys, there's so much exposition in this film. Literally every other scene is dedicated to explaining something within the Hellboy lore, and yet it still makes no sense. It honestly feels like the information is going in one ear and out the other. So much is explained to you, and yet you feel as if you haven't learned a single thing. Visual effects look as if they're from a rejected video game. One effect in particular, involving Sasha Lane's character, is she's able to sort of bring the dead back to life in a fairly original, I'll give it that, original way, but it looks terrible. It literally looks like the person's face has been photoshopped onto a squid. And the violence is just unnecessarily over the top. Look, I don't mind a little bit of gore now and then, but this feels like they're overcompensating that the director and writer had no godly idea on earth what they were doing. And so they resort to this blood orgy to try and cover up all their flaws. Hellboy is just 2 hours of noise, whether it be constant swearing, ridiculous gore that makes the Saw franchise go, mate, that's a little bit too much, or seriously bad acting. Hellboy is just a monumental failure on nearly every conceivable level. It has no clear direction. They might have wanted to try and be dark and edgy, but the gore is almost at a point where it's laughable. This isn't entertaining in the least. It's a mess. It's like a multi-car pile-up on the M25. No movie has genuinely pissed me off more than Hellboy so far this year. It is lazy, lowest common denominator filmmaking. Hell would be too good for this to reside in. Guys, Hellboy deserves nothing more than a 1.5 out of 10.
Where's my violin?
So there we have it, guys. Those were my very, very angry thoughts on the new reboot of Hellboy. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Guys, we did it. I set a target down that I wanted to reach 100 subscribers by summer, and we didn't even make it to summer. We made it in April. We've reached 100 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to support this channel. Thank you so much. It means the absolute world, and hopefully now we can grow into something bigger. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and blog are in the description below. Many thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next video.